This is supremely interesting. So, I'm back to playing with the UEVR Injector. For those of you not in the know, this is a mod from Preydog to where you can take any Unreal Engine game, version 4 or 5, and with a click of a button, jump into VR. Some games it works fine, some games it's god-awful, and some games it's magic. And today I've got Nobody Wants to Die, which came out like 6 months ago. It's been on my wish list, and I got an alert saying it was on sale, and I wanted to jump in, and I didn't even realize, I didn't even think about it, that this was UEVR capable. And wouldn't you know it, it's mind-blowing. I'm going to get into it. I'm just going to drop into the game. I'll pop in now and again. But if you have the chance, if you can play this with PC VR, give it a try. In we go. Okay, so this is Nobody Wants to Die. Using the UEVR Injector, I'm playing it on my MetaQuest 3 using my PC and virtual desktop. Now, there are a couple profiles for this online, but I tried them and they don't work great. Instead, this is just bare bones, launch it, no profiles whatsoever, and only minor tweaking that you'll see here in a second. And with that, we're going to start here. And oh my gosh.
In pain, plagued by sickness, haunted by your own looming mortality.
The reflections on this vehicle, and these are medium settings, not high, not ultra, medium. These textures that you're seeing here where they're kind of popping in and out, that I didn't see that in the headset. It was perfect for me. So this is an artifact that just got picked up when I was capturing this footage. Look at that. Freaking, oh, look at that. This is wild. And now, here we go. We're moving back, and there's my body in the car without a head. That's where I'm going. Look at the raindrops on this thing.
Never skip any mandated shell inspections.
Look how good that looks. This is a little bit nauseating. Here we go. We're going in.
Any lapse subscription payments will result in the body being submitted to a bailiff auction. And remember, any and all violations will be prosecuted by the Department of Mortality.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you already know who the murderer is?
Hello, hello.
That's not the point.
And at least tell me what's going on.
Just watch, okay? This is the best part, where he's questioning the suspect.
And when are you gonna question me?
Oh.
Want me to question you?
Don't you want to?
Well, I don't know.
Should I handcuff you? We always handcuff suspects.
I think you'd better.
Sounds dangerous.
I'm always dangerous.
Too bad you didn't warn me before we got married.
Would that have changed your mind?
What if it had? Where do you think we'd be now?
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have.
Huh? Uh-oh. Take the pills. Oh. All right, so she's trouble.
All units, code 305. Prohibition violation at intersection of...
Breaking news. The president today signed into law a controversial bill reducing the age limit for free body subscriptions, despite earlier promises to the contrary.
And so it seems like the plot of this is that in the future, nobody dies. For a few tokens, for a few dollars, you can get yourself a replacement body. So now you can see that there's these like diamonds on things, and I'm able to select something and pick it up. But right now, it's hard to find. Okay, right here, there's a little yellow dot. I don't even know if you can see it. and I have to use a joystick to like look around, and it's nauseating. And so instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the settings. I'm going to go to input, and instead of the game for the aim method, I'm going to say it's the head and HMD, and then use pawn control rotation and modify player control rotation. That's it. That's everything. Close it, and now that yellow dot goes where I look, so I can pick up, whoa, that's close, this bottle. I can spin it. It looks so good.
It used to give a bigger kick.
I can check out the gun.
Sullivan saved my ass more than once.
What does that say? For the stubbornest, most talented bastard I've ever known, Coach TH, 6'7", 2231. Okay.
Kara, how you feeling?
Ready to get back in the saddle, Chief? I sent you the papers.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at them. You hear this?
Fuck! What are you... Don't tear them up!
Fuck. The accident was barely 2 weeks ago. Look, the committee already thought you were a hot mess. Trying to come back this soon, that's just got them convinced. You're no fucking medical miracle, James.
Chief, we've been busting our humps in the same department for half a century. You know I know this fucking job like everybody else.
And you know I've got your back, too.
Come on, Chief. You gotta let me come back.
My hands are tied. Officially.
Yeah? So unofficially, I'm all ears.
Political case. Discreet.
I'm listening.
You'd be doing a favor for a guy whose signature trumps every test and commission out there.
Fuck yes! I owe you, Chief. Goddamn sick leave had me climbing the walls.
Also, without your sync tests, can't get you back in the system. So I'm gonna put you with a liaison officer. She'll be the one with full access.
A babysitter? Fucking hell.
Man,
You asked for it.
the rain on the window looks so good. I'd actually love to, like, watch a movie through that. Like, to maybe be a bit lower and slump down and watch, like, Jurassic Park, parked in the woods, like, on a screen, a drive-in theater. Like, it looks so good. Crap. Alright, so what am I doing here?
What the...
Come on.
Fucking lock.
Oh my god. Look at that.
That's for the brave new world. So immersive you could drown.
It's like a-
But of course, drown
It's like a
is forbidden.
mix between,
Locked like any other exit from paradise.
like,
Kara?
kind of
James? Kara? No.
Bioshock
No way.
and
Forget it, Chief.
Fifth Element and Blade Runner. The whole it's so big.
James Carroll. Let me go
Oh
with
my
Sister
god.
Rosetta. Back in a minute.
It looks so good.
Goddamn departmental legend.
Legend,
Well, okay. More like cautionary tale. Especially after you fucked up half the city with that train.
Look at this on the bridge. You can see people like walking on foot back and forth.
I don't remember much about the accident. People tell me it was kind of a spectacle.
You don't
It looks
remember.
so good.
So, what? You haven't synchronized yet?
Chief Steiner trusts me. That ought to be good enough for you too.
Yeah, well, so did your partner, right? The one who ended up having to get their ego right reconstructed.
Okay, I'm back. You were best friends, right?
Sorry.
I mean,
boss.
this like
Sarah, I've sent you all the authorizations.
This puts-
Forward the package.
this puts everything else to shame. It's so cool.
Just report everything. Got it? Steiner out.
All right, let's get the show on the road. I need the address of the nearest post office.
Fine.
All right, the address. So That's a bridge. That's a dreamer thing. Building this.
Looks like
Yeah.
TS-45-7.
You're in Times Square?
Oh, this is Times Square. So this is New York. And it's like... so that's like old New York, way down there. And it's like inverted. We've got...
I totally believe you. Okay, Playboy, go for the package.
Wow.
Platform 53D, Terminal 3.
Having a goal, any goal, is better than inactivity. An alternative to focusing on the symptoms.
If you went back in time to like 2002 and showed someone this game, it would... nothing. Like it would... it's impossible. It's so big and complex, and the rain. The rain isn't even like realistic, it's complicated. Like it's this constant pattern that shifts, and it's like refracting light, but it's almost kind of like sketch, like it's sketched like a comic book. Like it's got a lot of artistic licensing going on, and it works really well for this kind of, what is it, not steampunk, but kind of like Fallout aesthetic, Biohazard. What's this guy doing? He cut me off. This is a thing where, like, depending on what I say, how I answer, I can affect the outcome of the game. Like, I can actually control how this story proceeds based on what I say and do. Let's take a sip of whiskey. Yeah. It's whiskey o'clock.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, turn on the siren. What is this? What the heck? Let's go. There we go. Yeah, get out of the way, you dickhead. Stick my head out the window.
Thank you. The package is on its way. We hope you enjoy it.
Have you opened it yet?
1 second. I have to move my car.
Man, I just want to... Oh, he's like relaxing over the railing, taking in the view. Alright, what do we got?
Badge. Just carrying this lousy scrap of metal.
Just don't abuse it, yeah? Remember, you're not reinstated yet.
This information is confidential and will be automatically destroyed after reading. Select a section to read the files.
Subject's name is Edward Green.
Who?
Hard to confuse this mug with anybody else. At this altitude, the air was so clean with smoke. It was almost suffocating.
Oh, So right here, it does this thing where because I enter this room, it jacks up my motion, my head movement. And for some reason, the only way out of it is to reboot, shut down, restart everything, and clear the UEVR settings again. I don't know if that's everyone, but like I can't look left. It just like forces me to look this way. I can't rotate left, like it won't let me. If I come into settings and change it back to game, which it was initially, and remove that and that, well then I can look around, but I can't turn with the joystick. If I enable room scale movement, I still can't. And so, yeah, the only way I've found to fix this is to just reboot, clear out the settings, and kind of restart the injector from scratch, because it's just busted now. And that happens sometimes, you know? You gotta break some eggs. But, it's just a little bit of work for such a beautiful scene. Minus the hanging fat guy. And so I had to reboot, and we're jumping back in.
I mean, it could be him.
Could doesn't cut it. We have to be sure.
I have an idea. And you won't like it.
This is a federal case, James.
Moving on to reconstruction. You've seen this.
What? It's green. Pull a Zicarite and let's go.
The Icarite's melted.
So, that's his insurer's problem. Come on, let's go.
Sarah, he's dead.
What? Like, you mean final death? Dead? Well, just...
Sarah, listen. I've seen this before. Up close.
We have to report this. We have to. Anything beyond that, it's... I'm sorry.
Omega code 112358. Suspected murder. The right side of the body is more heavily charred. The tree must have exploded after he'd been hanged.
James, stop doing this.
It wasn't just a fire. Find the cause and we're out. The gel's flammable. It may have been a short circuit, or someone could have ignited it deliberately.
Well, I can see you're having a great time.
Right. The main transformer is under the floor. Someone flooded the transformer and it caught fire. The cable acted like a fuse. That's what caused the explosion.
It's getting more and more obvious why nobody wants to work with you.
I'll look for any pre-explosion traces, then we're out of here.
James, I wasn't born yesterday. You said that before, and I don't believe you.
Okay, this is some kind of it's starting to get interesting.
I cut out all of the moments where it brings up like the tutorials for how to operate these gadgets, these machines, just because I wanted to keep things moving. But it's all very self-explanatory. Like to pull up this gadget that's on my wrist, to get that activated, there's 2 bars and I have to pull the left and the right trigger to almost like a Guitar Hero situation, align them properly, and then it kicks on the machine. And so what you're seeing here is using this, I'm kind of going back and forth in time, examining from an observer's perspective what might have happened, what did happen in this crime scene. And I'm not entirely sure. I think that the reason I can do this, aside from technology and the future, is something to do with the fact that these bodies are replaceable, that the lifespan of this dead vessel is integrated into whatever this future is. And so I have like ground floor access to insights that wouldn't have otherwise been available.
Someone tried to smash that glass before the explosion. Cracked it and left a handprint.
What's he doing?
Oh, you're finally paying attention. Great. So, now the question is, did Green try to crack open that plate with his own forehead, or did somebody else use Green's forehead like a ball-peen hammer? Something went off here. Probably some kind of relic.
To the best of friends, always auspicious wins. Green. I wonder which one's the best friend now.
I wonder why a gift from Green is in his own home. Let's see what the patient has to say. He fell from there. If he cut himself on the railing, there should be blood on it. Blood. I'll come back to that later. Someone must have pushed him. No trace of blood on the railing.
So he didn't cut himself here. This is weird.
Green's fingerprints are on the railing.
So he was leaning against it?
Looks that way. They came from this side.
They?
Half of the reconstruction is inconsistent. Someone must have been messing with it. We don't have enough information to find the other one.
How do you think this went down?
Green gave up after the fight and did whatever the perpetrator told him to. I'm thinking he put the rope around his own neck and then destroyed his own Icarite.
Well, in any case, Green didn't jump. Someone pushed him.
He was walking up these stairs. Unusual shape. Like he was lying here.
He's talking to someone.
Or like he's begging for mercy.
Oh, shit. What a fucking mess.
You know what I think? I think it all looks exactly the way the perpetrator wanted it to.
Seriously? You're repeating yourself.
Oh my god.
Will you come back to me?
Don't listen to her.
James!
Oh gosh.
The feds
feds are on their way there, so consider this a heads up. If they find you, I don't fucking know you.
Are you? You're serious? We've been friends for fucking decades and you're gonna hang me out to dry?
They're coming. Time to clean up. Move before they bust us.
Nobody will even know I was here. I leave the body of a dead god on the flaming Mount Olympus. Time to go back to the underworld he cast us all into.
This game is awesome. It works really well. I can't get over how good it looks. I mean, the skyline and the ever disappearing roads below. It's so big. It's so beautiful. No one bothers doing this for VR because it's just so much work. It's such a big undertaking. But for these flat screen games that get millions of downloads, they feel like they put in the time to build something this big and grandiose. And it's so cool having that in VR. I'm so glad this works well. In something like RoboCop, if you walk into a building using the UEVR Injector and you want to look around, well, if you look toward the front of the building, then it's like incomplete. It's all like wireframe and garbage and hovering objects that the developers never expected you to notice. It was flat screen. You could only look this direction. And so that experience was kind of a bummer for me. But this, it's fully immersed. It's fully built. It works amazing. And I'm going to keep playing this game. If I find something new that is deserving of a video, I'll do it. And I'm going to keep looking for new games to play. I'm really glad you guys are here. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It does my channel a world of good. Down below, I'll leave a link for this game via Steam and a link to the UEVR Injector via GitHub. Also down below, I have a website where you'll find every single game I have access to, where it will always be between 10 and 20% off, depending on the time of the year. And by using that, you'll save a bunch of money, you'll be supporting my channel, and I'll appreciate you. And if there's a game that isn't there, there's a button that you can click to request any game you want, and I should be able to help out. This was a really cool experience. Thank you for being here. You guys have been watching Bringhurst VR. Godspeed.